Good day, everyone. So, on today's lesson, we are going to tackle about one of the models of disability, which is the social model of disability. But first, we are going to answer the questions: what is disability, and models of disability consist of how many models? So, first is what is disability? Disability is a physical or mental impairment which has real and long-term adverse effect on people's ability to carry out normal day-to-day activities. So, in other words, it is a physical or mental condition that limits a person's movements, senses, and activities. So, second is the models of disability consist of 5 models. It is the moral and religious models, biomedical, the functional, the social, and the right-based model. Now, let's start to talk about the social model of disability. So, what is the social model of disability? So, social model of disability is a way of viewing the world developed by disabled people. So, it is when a person's activities are limited not by his or her conditions, but it is the environments that gives the limitations to the disabled people. And in this social model, the society is the problem.
Okay, so social model. Social model, it is the attitude and physical barriers imposed on them by the society that prevents them from achieving their potential. Okay, so nowadays, we all know that everyone are facing hardships and difficulties at one time or another. But with people with disability, these barriers are more frequent and have a greater impact for their lives. But some people with disability, they use these barriers as their greater power to show or to enhance their skills and abilities. So we have 3 barriers. First is the prejudiced opinions and attitude. This first barrier, they reject people with inability, regardless of whether they give their opinions or sentiments, yet they don't acknowledge it. They judge the presence of PWD. Some people may not be aware that difficulties in getting to or into a place can limit with the person with disability from participating their everyday life or their common daily activities. People sometimes stereotype those with disabilities, assuming that their life is poor or they are unhealthy because of their impairments. So let's proceed the second barrier, which is the restricted access. In this era, these are structural obstacles in natural or man-made environments that prevent or block mobility with people with disability, like how they move around the environment or how they access those equipment they need of their inability. Absence of a weight skills that accommodates wheelchairs or others equipment that can help them from stepping up or can help them from their daily activities. For me, to live an independent and dignified life in the society, people with disability should access to services and devices to facilitate their performance in community or on an equal basis with others. So, let's proceed the third barriers, which is the people being systematically excluded. Individuals with minor handicaps can't partake exercise since they are decided by the society. They are frail and can't do things because of their inability. Much of disabled community faces exclusion from parts of society, and people take that for granted. Disability exclusion. Disability exclusion has stemmed from that belief that having a disability can makes you less than. The social model looks for a way that society can be planned and organized in order to provide accessibility, independence, opportunity in a way that enables person rather than disables them.
So, social model helps us recognize barriers that make life harder for disabled people. Removing these barriers creates equality and offer disabled people more independence, choice, and control. So, barriers. Barriers are those obstacles that keeps on preventing the disabled people with their movements and their access in many ways. So, social model, it is one of a way to know the barriers that keeps on stopping the disabled people with their choices in life, and also with the things that keeps on controlling them. So, social model helps disabled persons for not making their life harder by just recognizing the barriers and removing it. So, society have no rights to take away the rights of those disabled people just because they are disabled. We are all the same and we should not judge and look down to them. We must treat them fairly and remove those barriers, especially with the things that they have potential to do and also with the things that they wanted to do. So, social model was developed by disabled people and their allies to help them take action against discrimination and to empower people to fight or to find solutions, remove barriers, and campaign together for equality and human rights. So the problem is not with the disabled persons, but it is in the people that surrounds them. It is with those people that have high expectations to them without minding and understanding their situations. So social model is one of a way to prove to everyone that being a person with disability will never be a hindrance in achieving something that they really love and want to do. So social model are about those disabled persons together with the persons that help them, that have trust in them, and those never leave them despite of their situations, which they have a goal, and it is that they wanted to take action against discrimination and to empower people that disabled people also deserve the things and do the things that not disabled persons have and also do.
Next are the basic beliefs of social model. It sees that disability is normal. So, the disability is common in our society, and it's nothing to joke about to those individuals who get what truly crippled is. And socially impaired are those individuals who are judged by the society. And also, disability is not a problem, yet society itself is an issue. Individual oppress handicap because of the things that they cannot do. Those negative attitudes, social barriers, and lack of accessibilities are the problem of society. So some disabilities are look like that in the upper part, and some disabilities are look like that in the lower part. And according to the sociological response, that disability occurs as a result of society's lack of understanding of the individual's differences. PWD seen as disabled not because they are deficient, but society insists that they are deficient and disadvantaged. Just because you can see it doesn't mean it's not there. You never know what people are going through. So please don't judge.
To sum up, we learn from the social model of disability is that disability is a social construct created by social barriers, barriers which can be eliminated. We learn that it's responsibility of government, public spaces, business, and individual people to make the changes, to increase, to access, and build more equality society when everyone has the opportunity to reach their full potential. And that would be all. Thank you.